Hi, I'm SimmerRue, and welcome to my channel. I am so sorry if I sound down today, or if I look tired, or anything like that. I just really haven't slept in quite a while. It's very busy here. There's like constant construction. In the evenings, people are screaming. It's a new year, so there's a lot of students. I live in the city, very close to the university. So there are a lot of students, like first years, and they make a lot of noise. They haven't yet settled in, so it's just party, party, party. Everybody's at the party. And I am not about that. I've had that life. So with that being said, let's just jump into this video. It has been so many years since base game, and I am so sick and tired of this park. When The Sims 4 first came out, I remember that I honestly thought that this was the most beautiful park ever. I was like, oh my god, she's so stunning, she's so beautiful. And I really loved all the vibrant colors, and I was just blinded by that. Through the years, I have realized how how bad she actually is. And I kind of think that she's really ugly. It's I'm just sorry to say it. Like, I like Oasis Springs base game park more. So yeah, that's why I just wanted to build a new one. And I also wanted space for toddlers. When base game came out, they weren't really, well, they weren't any toddlers. Toddlers came out a couple of years after after the release of The Sims 4. And they just never went back to parks or anything like that and actually made it compatible for toddlers. So that is what I wanted to do. I place this beautiful treehouse that I built here, that you just saw the entire speedbuild of. I absolutely love the treehouse. I wanted the treehouse to be visible, so that's why it's not completely built inside of the tree. And also, this is a park. For safety purposes, it's not very high. It's quite low off of the ground. That it just is what it is. And with toddlers, so you can see that I'm trying to figure out where am I going to place this little park. Now, all of this is going to be on sand. So if you are not familiar, your Sims can actually play in the sand. So I really wanted to build like a massive sand pit, and in there I add a lot of toys for the toddlers, but we will get to that in a bit later. I am going around and I'm actually just mapping out where I want the general areas to be, where I want my pathways to be, because this is a botanical garden. There's a lot of plants. There's going to be a lot. There are still, just outside of the lot where you can still play, there's still a lot of grass areas, but my property itself, there's really, like, I think a very small patch of grass, and it's just behind where the kids play, if I'm not mistaken. Everything else is going to be covered with beautiful flowers. Now, I use debug when I do my landscaping, but we will get there in a bit as well. Now, you can see that I place these monkey bars. I go in later on after I've mapped out where I want my garden space to be. I go ahead and I just place some extra toys. Now, I was being very cautious here as to how I place this dirt, and then I was like, you know what, I can just go in back later and just fix it. It's going to be a lot easier than me just trying to work gently around placing these dark dirt areas. No, I was just making things so much harder for myself. And round about here, I thought to myself, you know what would look beautiful? A deck. And that is what we do. This originally was going to be a wedding spot, but I changed my mind. I still don't know if that was the right choice. I really don't. Because I still feel like having a wedding venue here could have been really cute. But in the same sense, I thought to myself, you know what, I want people to come here and relax. Like, play some chess, maybe have a barbecue, sit with family. There's like a place where you can play cards. So I decided against the wedding venue, because then you have to place like a bar, and that entire place there just changes completely. It just changes the entire vibe of what I was actually initially going for. So that is why I decided to not make this a wedding venue as well. Now, in your own personal gameplay, please add a beautiful wedding arch if you want to. I feel like that deck area is absolutely perfect for base game wedding. Me in my personal gameplay, I will definitely have weddings there, but I will just place it there and then remove it again. That's kind of how I use most of my parks. I know it's a lot of work where you can actually just keep it there, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a park if you have a wedding venue. That's just my opinion. And then we got my wedding stories, and that's just something else. I was really excited for my wedding stories, and then yeah, that was probably one of the most disappointing game packs that I have ever experienced. I didn't really play Journey to Batu, so I don't really count that. But my wedding stories, I was really, really, really excited for it. And then she just flopped. She just flopped. Now we're going around and I'm adding like bathrooms. I didn't want to build my own stalls. I mean, that counts as a sink and a toilet. So if not, why not? So that is kind of what I did there. I just placed that toilet there. Now that little bench that I placed, that's going to turn into a chess table later on. So here I'm going around and I'm just starting to add some more chess tables. I just thought that we could need a bit more, and also I thought it would be really pretty to sit between the flowers and to play some chess. Here I'm going around and I am just adding some dining tables where you can sit if you have a little barbecue. At the end I add all of the grills. So yeah, I was all over the place when I built this. This was quite daunting. I've never built a park before. I've done a lot of landscaping, but I've honestly never actually sat down and built a proper park. And it was a lot. It's a big lot. And in the end, I feel like once everything started to fill in, I really, really, really liked it. So yeah, you can see that I'm just going around and I'm just adding some toy boxes. I go ahead and I add some shadows because this is stark white. This hurts my eyes. And then just some little blocks and tiny little toys that your toddlers can play with. Now, here in the tree house, I add another toy... What do you call them? Doll houses. Why did that just leave my head, like my mind? So, I placed a dollhouse downstairs, and then I have one upstairs. We have the chemistry set. Why I placed a dollhouse on the sand? It's just because not all toddlers can climb stairs. So, that's just to make it a little bit more accessible. And then we just go ahead and we just decorate it. I placed this beautiful little carpet, this cool little light. It's very 70s. It's usually quite ugly, but I feel like it really worked in this little spot. And then I just go ahead and I just add some extra activities like the drawing table. There's a Blarfy. If you have seasons, Blarfy is probably going to get wet, and I would advise moving Blarfy indoors. Not that it really matters in The Sims, but yeah, this is base game, so I kind of took it at that there is no seasons. Which probably makes no sense. I probably should have taken that into account. And I apologize. I apologize, but you can just move it. It's so easy. It's so easy. So here I'm just going around and I'm just adding some extra flowers. Now, I mimic kind of that spot that we did first. That kind of gave me an idea of what I wanted the gardenscapes to look like, what kind of trees that I wanted. I go around and I use a lot of the same plants all over the place. When we get more towards the, like, this kids area and then the pond, I use a lot of big ferns, as you can see. I kind of use it here just to hide these posts because they are quite ugly and I don't really want to look at them. So you can see that I'm going ahead and I'm actually just hiding them with a bunch of bushes. And that kids area just looks so nice. It looks so full and lush. I absolutely love it. Now, this did become a lot. There was a lot of placing, a lot of plants. And because this is debug, I constantly had to like go and click every single one individually. So you have no idea how time consuming this was, but it was so therapeutic. There's nothing as therapeutic as landscaping. Now, I kind of lost some footage there, so that's why I kept the camera a little bit still so that you can just take everything in. I was really sad because, like I said, this took a long time, and I considered doing this over again, but I was like, no. I spent way too long landscaping this place to just do everything over again. So I will just give you a proper view at the end. I go ahead and I just place some big trees. I place this beautiful log. We go in with some ducks and swans, and this place just looks alive. I also place some fireflies everywhere. So at nighttime, this place just lights up. I did place some lights here and there, but I didn't want the place to be completely lit at the evening, unless it's like your community spaces. And now I'm going ahead and I'm just adding some dustbins because, I mean, we need to keep this place clean. And it's round about a year after I placed the grills that I decided, let's add the playing cards table. Now, I wanted to place it here, but I do add it there. But let's quickly jump to the game, and then I can just show you around. So here we are back in the game. My game loaded me up in Zoe Patel's, like, lot. And it's really weird, because I never play with them, so I was so confused. But anyway, I was like, let's just go with it. So as you can see, here we have all of the beautiful swans and the ducks with their ducklings. We have this beautiful water future over here. I am quickly going to show you what this lot looks like in the evenings, because I think she just looks absolutely stunning. I didn't want to go for a lot of lighting, but I did want some areas to be lit up. So, like here where you play some chess, I just added some lights around there. I lit up the walkway to the bathroom because I feel like that's important. You need a lot of light, and around the children as well. Keep the children in view at all times. Now, let's quickly go into the little tree house that we have here. I just think this little area is so cute. I would have loved to have added a slide, but we don't have slides in The Sims 4. We do have swings, but that came with seasons, so unfortunately I didn't really add that. This is base game only. And yeah, I just think this place looks absolutely amazing. It definitely looks like a botanical garden, in my opinion. And as I said before, so we do have a lot of grass space still, kind of this area here. There's also still a barbecue. If you have any of the other packs, there's activities that will always pop up. You have some food stalls, so all in all, there's a lot to do here. There's even a lot to do here just with base game. I mean, you can paint, you can play chess, you can stargaze, because thankfully we have normal telescopes in the game. If you're new here, we never had these. We had to use a massive observatory. It was absolutely ridiculous. So that is the end of the video. I just really wanted to try something else. This was just a small little fun video. My next park, I'm definitely going to not just limit myself to certain packs. Because as I built this park, I honestly just wanted to add so many things that I couldn't. Especially when it came to the toddlers. I mean, most of the toddler things came with like stuff packs, so yeah, there's that, which is quite sad. And then I think some items came with the Parenthood game pack. I'm actually not sure, But if it did, it would be very, very, very minimal. Now, with that being said, remember to like and subscribe, hit that notification button so that you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye. And just when you think, tonight might be a quiet night, it's a Wednesday, you start to hear Beyonce in the background. At least we love Beyonce, so there's that.